Hi, in this video we are going to see how to query Entra ID users last sign-in activity, created date, and non-interactive sign-in date and time using the Graph API. Let's first log into the portal.azure.com. As you can see, I've already logged into portal.azure.com and I'm going to click here, Entra ID, and click on users. I'm going to pick a specific user, cloud admin, and we are going to pull this information using Graph API, last interactive sign-in and last non-interactive sign-in. And also we're going to pull, we go properties here and created date and time. This is the one we are going to pull. Those three information we are going to pull using Graph API. Let's log into, let's open up Visual Studio Code. I'm first connecting to mggraph, connect mggraph, and if I go back here, and this is the object ID for this specific user, I'm going to copy this one and put it on a variable. I declared a variable here and then put that information there. So this the object ID, I put it here. The next one is we need to use the get mg user. Get mg user ID. I'm passing this ID here, and then sign in activity. Okay, I'm getting the information Microsoft.graph.partial module.Microsoft graph sign in activity. If you get like this, you need to expand the property. That's what we're going to do. And then pipe it to the expand property. Okay, you can see here the last non-interactive sign-in date and time. So I'm going to copy this first and declare as a variable. And then here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to declare a variable $res equal, and then $res dot this one, and then last sign in date and time. Declare this as a variable, and then $res dot, and the next thing we need to create a date and time. Let's run this for this ID. So I'm going to copy this, declare as a variable, and then you need to take that specific property, that one property, and then finally I'm going to write to the host all three values. Okay, I'm going to run this. So I'm able to get this information, the last non-interactive and last sign-in date and time, and then create date and time. All these three information I'm able to get. Now the next challenge is we need to loop through all the IDs in Azure Active Directory and pull the information. How we could do this. This is the part one. I always work on one ID, and once you know how to work on one ID, pull those information, then it's very simple. You need to loop through using the for each loop to pull the information. Okay, let's first we have to connect to graph, and then we need to get mg user and then select the ID and the user principal name. See, we are able to get the ID and the user principal name, and then a for each loop. Then I'm using a backtick here, okay, and the reason I use backtick is because I like to indent like this, and you can do also like this, and you can start like this also. There's no problem. $_.id, the array value of this ID, okay, and then the user principal name, $_dot, the user principal name. I'm saving it in a variable, and from here, since I know how to do it for one user, I have to put it on a loop. So I'm going to copy this and use it here, indent properly. I'm pretty sure it's going to work fine. Looks like it's working fine. I'm going to stop here. The next thing is that we need to save this information into a CSV file. This is I'm using a PS object, okay. The node property is set to a UPN, and then the $UPN coming from here, and then the last interactive sign in date and time, this one coming from here, this variable, and last sign in date and time coming from this variable, and created date time is coming from here. So if I run this one, it should save everything into a CSV file on the ctemp directory. These are UPNs, we are getting it, it's good. And the non-interactive sign-in date and time we are able to get. These are empty because they never logged into Azure Active Directory or any application they did not use in Azure. This created date and time comes as a system object. Let's see how go and fix this one. I'm going to use joined. Now I'm going to the ctemp, delete this one, and then run. Copy this. So I'm able to get the created date and time successfully. The next one is if you have a bunch of UPNs in a CSV file, okay, from your organization, that you can loop through the CSV file, find the sign-in activity, and it created a time, date and time you can find. Now I have the code, and I'm going to copy paste the code. The code, the link I will give you in the description. You can take the code. Part 3. Okay, I have on the C temp, I have all the UPNs saved here. So I'm going to open and check. So all the UPN, the header I've given as a my UPN. So we're going to loop through this CSV file and pull the sign-in activities. Okay, I'm just importing that one into importing the CSV. If I run this one, so I'm able to pull all the information. So I declared a variable here, UPN. It's a $_ my UPN. That's my UPN coming from the header, CSV header. And then again, the same code, okay, I use the same code here, like here. And this time what I'm doing is that I'm using the filter user principal name, the UPN value, and then get the sign-in activity, and then the last interactive sign-in activity, and then sign-in date time, last sign-in date time, and created date and time. Here also I'm using the filter UPN, and again I am used the join here, and then again I'll dumping into CSV file. And then if you run this, let's run this one. So before you run, you need to delete this one, the file, delete. Or what you can do is you can remove item. You can use the command remove item every time. Like this, you can use. This will force you to remove the existing CSV file and then run one more time. That's it. Thanks for watching, guys, and you have a great day.